What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, episode 16 after show.
It was a wild one, that's for sure.
Pretty fucking smooth. Pretty fucking smooth, okay?
Yeah. Only had a little bit of touch and go with the stealth checks. But then
gotta have a little fear.
Gotta have a little fear.
So, if you remember back, the very beginning, when I was like, oh, I hadn't opened up this chapter, and there was like 28 fucking locations in this bog, and I'm like, we're not doing this. We're not, this is not, I'm not spending 3 months in this bog. It's not happening. Try to condense down. I finally figure out, oh, okay, there's a story. There's a bullywog here that's like tried to help. It's in a prison. Okay, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna hop on these rails and head over here. But it's just all one big. It's just a big red herring. All it is, try to get you distracted in this swamp with the bullywog wars, so you forget about old Barcelona that just happens to be sitting up over here, hanging out up top, being a real about things.
Real bitch.
Not today.
It's like if anybody's ever ran Storm King's Thunder, it's the same way. You fucking wander around for God knows how long before you're like, no, there's fucking shit to do.
If you don't realize that thing is full of shit, you're like, what do you mean? Why am I talking to these tribes? What does it matter?
Yeah. Why am I up in the Uthgar tribe? Why am I messing around with these goat men? Like, you're like, the fuck, man? Then you run into some dragons and shit that have no bearing to the plot. And you're like, I thought this was about fucking giants.
This was fun because we got to care a little bit about the frogs, right? But didn't have to spend a whole lot of time. Just like, hey, go grab a hammer, you can do it. Don't die. Oh, you died. Okay,
I'll be honest, I got most of them confused and I was just shooting randomly.
you guys actually never missed. I'm the only one that got them mixed up. You guys were good because you guys had him right up top.
Like, he looks bad.
Hey, but we turned the tide.
And the whole thing was, it wasn't supposed to. It was going to be a bunch of pressure on you because I would never set up this where like all of a sudden I got 25 people throwing fucking spears up at that, up at it. Like that's going to go poorly. You know what's going to happen here. All that we wanted to determine was I was gonna make the rolls down below, and it would depend on how big your boon or your buff would be going into Barcelona. So in this case, Gromhammer came through, you pushed all the way, you get the full boon of the Sealy Court, not just another short rest. So you get all your spells as we go up to this bitch's little hut up in the sky. And we finally get to lay this fucking smackdown that has been building now for some time.
And I love the touch of the Sealy Court too. You know, getting a benefit from that. You know, those decisions and choices we made.
Send Sir Talavar off.
The early part of this chapter, solid. You make some choices. There's a spot where you can get some stuff. Way too long in the swamp. You don't need that. Way too long. We cut it. And this time I'm going to read the full chapter for it. One, because we got to condense. Because that is the secret right now. What the rest of the community doesn't know, that After Show gets to know. We only got so much time left for Witchlight. To be honest, we've gotten a lot of the fun out of it. I want to know the couple greater plot points that are out there of the why. Because I don't know a lot of the why. I know a little bit of it, but I haven't gotten released all of it. I know what it wants you to do. It wants you to gateway and play like they all do. They always try to tie it somehow into another module, so you want to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready.
It's always the next module and
the next feed, man.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, Wizards this edition is being very coy about the timeline of all of these events. Like, whereas in third and fourth, they were really like, this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens in the Forgotten Realms.
True.
And now they're just like, does it happen at the same time or doesn't it? You know?
Yep.
Because if you follow some of the characters through the modules, you figure out that like in one module the character is perceived as dead, and then the next module you're like, oh, this is an NPC you can run into, and you're like, but he's fucking dead. And you're like, when does this happen?
You tell me. You wrote it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for a full. I haven't done a full hag fight in a long time.
Dude, they're one of my favorite like villains to run. They're just full of tricks and weird ways to get out of things, and like they're very fun. I've never faced one.
I can't help but think of the Russian story of the hut with legs.
Yeah. Baba
Baba
Yaga.
Yaga.
Yeah, but that's.
I always think of the remake of Hellboy, the one with the new guy, and that when they do the Baba Yaga in that, I was like, Jesus, that is fucking terrifying. They did a really good job with that character.
Which nobody put it together earlier on. We were in Barvlona's old house. Remember the inn? That is the Baba Yaga. Yeah. With the feet, yeah. That's Barvlona's old house.
That innkeeper was super sweet. She was a little feisty, but you know.
Like, it never gave a really story of like why she was like super cool. It was just like, you know what? I just took the old hut over. Yeah, it's creepy for some people, but you know, home for me.
Don't get a whole lot of tourists around here.
Yeah, it was creepy. all I've been looking forward to is getting into this hag fight, and then everybody running like counterclockwise or whatever,
right?
Whatever that is. Like I've been looking forward to is like I just want to know what happens. Like that's all I want to know is like, does anything happen? What does this look like if we're all like, okay, here's the plan, go, and then we're all just like running around in this like counterclock circle around her.
My note: share turn back time song. Run counterclockwise around hag with performance check. She gets disadvantage on thing. That's my verbatim note on that.
D&D notes are so
very detailed.
Will you post me that?
Absolutely.
I'm not even kidding. There's no,
I gotta sit there and I guess sing "If I Can Turn Back Time."
That was the note I took.
Oh, thank you, note taker.
I knew it was gonna be a thing because you said it. You were like being a joke about it. You're like, if this happens, aha!
No, and we brought it up multiple times. I want to make it's gonna be fun because to be able to make it very specific.
It's her one weakness. It's that damn song.
I mean,
like, damn you, share.
No one. Tonight you made it out. Nobody nat 1 and grabbed somebody else's. So you know that's.
And we don't know which hag stole what, right?
No.
I believe that I said it at one point in time and then forgot it and didn't have it wrote down. So I get to kind of fly by the seat of my pants on this one. So we're gonna go with definitely the navigation and Brucie's on this, because that's what we leaned into in this arc. We gave Gaston a lot of shit about navigating, and we gave Brucie, constant shit on his. Like yours is Feisty's is definitely last because it's like the thematic one, right? It's the most.
You have my penis.
The penis, the real penis.
I just can't wait till we get to the hag and she's like, "What? No, I don't."
I got it in a jar right over here.
Yeah.
No. Hey,
here it is.
I've been grooming myself to be an ancient hag. Me and Jeremy Crawford got the same thing. Like that's, hey, if I'm gonna be a bad, like I understand why he loves hags because it's a multi-dimensional villain. That
all of my hags would be Jewish. Yes, I swear, all of them would be.
When RoBear and I were at and Adam were at D&D Live, and fucking he came out with Mad Maggie. You would tell the crowd was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
So awesome.
It was so good. I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing."
Everybody, like you can tell, everybody in the crowd was just like, "Wait, he does better voices than Perkins. Like, why hasn't he been doing this the whole time?
Because he did before, and then he was like, those guys are like, you forget, like, they're truly the old ancients, because you're like, oh my god, like they were young generations ago. But first Crawford had to come out and do everything, then Perkins took it over, then they were like, okay bitch, we gotta like switch every other, like I'm dying here. This travel schedule's getting me.
What I love though is like when I talk to him, Crawford, he's like, yeah, all of the NPCs are based off of my family. They're all people from my childhood and my family. He's like, Vi is his grandma, Maggie is like an aunt that he had. Like, that's the exact voice, the inflections and stuff like that. I'm like, that is genius. You spent your whole life listening to these people, and you just emulate
storytelling, man.
Yeah, so so good.
I'm excited to press towards the end. It's been a fun jaunt, but I'm like everybody else. I'm like, you know what? I'm cool. I'm ready to see the end, man. The further you get away from the carnival, the further away you get from Witchlight's spirit. And it feels like as a player within this, I want to get out of here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to get
back to the carnival.
Like,
get back to the fun and the mystery and the magic, you know, and it's like, I'm in the shitty bog.
Yeah, like this bog sucks.
Yeah.
And I like, maybe that is because of the way that we played the characters, but I don't know how else you could have done it. Like, the characters had to be excited about working at the carnival in order for you to have that.
I mean, it's a feature. It's not a bug. Like, it's built in to experience that. And if you weren't the hands, you were kids that were nostalgic about the carnival, and you got boned by some fucking hag that took your shit because you snuck in. You know,
I guess ultimately this is not an adventuring campaign. You know, this is not, you know, you are the hero, but you are not going on these like contracted adventures.
No, it's a non-combat. We none of this combat exists in here. It's a very non-combative.
Right.
It's like Myst.
Yeah.
It reads like Myst.
Yeah, every encounter you come across, you could not fight and finish the campaign. Like you can talk your way out of any and every encounter.
It's a great it's a great module if you want to teach younger kids how to do it, you know, and teach them that there's other ways to solve these issues.
Yeah. I also think it has the potential, if I were to play this at Halloween, I would do it like Stephen King It style and have the kids come in with it and then make the carnival
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, 100%. You could totally do it.
Creepy. Oh yeah.
But it's fun.
My vibe. That's the stuff I love to run. It's like eldritch horror, like
huge recommendation. It is fun and different, and I
was gonna say a unique aspect that you get, I feel like, out of this module with world building or universe building is the longevity that this can bring. You know, you can throw the carnival into any of your worlds.
Now I think people will be very disappointed if they're like, really? You didn't have the carnival show up last year?
Right. Like exactly. Like it's now you've almost like built this.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people will be able to get that necessarily if they haven't built this whole universe to begin with.
If they haven't gone in and dipped, and you know, obviously it'll be with a lot of you guys, so it's fun to play your old reoccurring character and
exactly.
Look who has moved up to the ranks that fucking manage me. I'm almost retired over here in Gaston and Luigi.
Yeah, so I feel like that'll be a unique kind of plug that you'll get out of this.
Or you'll get stuck pulling rubber duckies the rest of your life. You never know.
Yeah,
probably
never leaving the rubber duckies.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching the after show.
Wait, hold on. What was your thing? You said you were going to give us a thing on the after show. At the end of the episode, you were like, "Oh, that's for the after show."
No, that was the boon. I was going to tell them. I was going to tell them that you needed to win the fight to be able to get the maximum boon, and I held it for the after show because that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's what and you did it well.
I got
you
there.
addressed it first.
We got there, guys.
We did it.
Heard it here first.
Rubber ducky.
Love you guys.
Love you all.
We aren't done.